Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the turn on methods of SCR. So as long as the turn on methods considered, we are having the 5 different turn on methods for the SCR. Okay, so let us first of all list out all the turn on methods. So first one is a forward voltage triggering. Forward voltage triggering. Second one, gate triggering. Gate triggering. Third one, dV by dt triggering. dV by dt triggering. The fourth one, light triggering. And fifth one, temperature triggering. Temperature triggering. Okay, so these are the 5 methods of triggering of silicon controlled rectifier. Okay, so in this video specifically we are going to discuss the first 2 methods. Okay, so first, triggering means what? The triggering is nothing but the turning on. Triggering means the turning on. Trigger is like a turn on. Okay, so triggering is nothing but the turning on. Okay, so first of all let us discuss the forward voltage triggering. Okay, forward voltage triggering. Forward voltage triggering. Yes. So in this method of triggering of a SCR, generally we maintain a high forward voltage across the anode and cathode terminals of the SCR. Okay, the voltage polarity should be such that the anode should be more potential than that of the cathode. Okay, so whatever we have discussed, we have already discussed this method. Okay, means when SCR is in the forward bias mode, we are having the junction J1 J3 in the forward bias mode, junction J2 is in a reverse bias mode. Okay, so let us first draw the basic structure of the SCR. It is a PN device. So it is a 4 layer and it is having 4 layers and 3 junctions. Right? P, N minus, P and N. This is the anode of the SCR, cathode of the SCR and the gate of the SCR. Right? So in the forward voltage triggering, we need to apply the high forward voltage, right, between anode and cathode of the SCR. This current is IA. Junctions are J1, J2 and J3. Okay, so across each junction, yes, we will be having a depletion layer, right? So at the P side, the depletion layer consists of the negative charges. At N side, the depletion layer consists of positive charges, right? Similarly, at N side again we will be having the positive charges across junction J2. At P side we will be having a negative charges, right? Similarly here the negative charges, and at N side the positive charges. So here we have maintained the forward biasing of the SCR, right, with the gate terminal open circuit. Okay, so as the forward voltage goes on increasing, the width of the depletion layer across junction J1 and J3 it goes on decreasing, right? Width of the depletion layer across junction J1 and J3 it goes on decreasing. But what about the width of the depletion layer across junction J2? It is still increasing. Okay, so here the depletion layer width will be increasing across J2, right? So here the depletion layer width is increasing because junction J2 is in a reverse bias mode. Remaining 2 junctions, that is the J1 and J3, these 2 are in the forward bias mode. This point we have already discussed. Okay, so when SCR is in the forward bias mode, J1 J3 forward bias mode, J2 reverse bias mode. Okay, if we further increase the voltage, the width here becomes 0, right? Across junction J1 the width becomes 0. Similarly the width across junction J3 is also become 0, right? So width at J1 and J3 at both the junctions it becomes 0, means can we say that these two are acting as a short circuit, this is also acting as a short circuit, right? But what about the width of the depletion layer across junction J2? It is still increasing, right? It is still increasing. So as J1 and J3, as junctions J1 and J3 are acting as a short circuit, okay? So can we say that whatever the potential here, the same potential is appearing at the n minus layer, right? Whatever the potential here, the same potential is appearing at the inner p type layer, okay? So here can we say that whatever the voltage across the SCR is nothing but the voltage that will be appearing across the depletion layer, right, which is present at junction J2, right? But what is the voltage across the anode and cathode of the SCR? It is same as that of the supply voltage, okay? Means indirectly this voltage is like a EMF, electromotive force, means strictly speaking this is a force, and this force is, yes, actually this force is appearing across the depletion layer which is present across junction J2, okay? If we further increase the voltage, further its width goes on increasing, and the force on that depletion layer also increasing, right? Because this voltage is increasing. If we further increase the voltage at a particular voltage, okay, that is a VBO. In a static VI characteristic we have discussed, okay, which is that voltage VBO. VBO is a forward breakover voltage, okay? Means when Vs is equal to VBO, when Vs is equal to VBO, at that time what will happen? The breakdown of the depletion layer across junction J2 takes place, okay? And once the breakdown of the depletion layer across junction J2 takes place, after that what will happen? Yes, after breakdown means what? Here we are having the large number of charges present across the junction J2, okay? But after the breakdown all the charges will be free to move, okay? So after the breakdown all the charges will be free to move. So as we are having the large number of charges and the charges are freely moving, okay? So as the charges are freely moving means what? Yes, the rate of flow of charges will be current, okay? So charges are freely moving very fastly and we are having the large number of charges, definitely, so current flowing through the circuit or the current flowing through the device, it will be increasing to a very high value, okay? So here we need to increase the voltage to a very high value which is equal to forward breakover voltage. This voltage will cause the breakdown of the depletion layer across junction J2, okay? This is nothing but your forward voltage triggering. Are you getting the point? What is the drawback of this method? Yes, the drawback is we require a very high value of the forward voltage, right? We need to maintain a high value of the forward voltage across the anode and cathode of the SCR, okay? Important point to be noted, in the forward voltage triggering, the gate circuit or the gate cathode circuit, it has been kept open. Are you getting the point? Okay, so this is about the forward voltage triggering. Next, the second one, gate triggering, right? Second method we are going to discuss, the gate triggering, okay? So in the gate triggering, we need to connect the elements, that is the EMF and a resistor, across gate cathode circuit or gate cathode terminal, okay? So second one is the gate triggering. Gate triggering. Yes, so again we are having SCR, which is a PNPN device, right? This is a P N minus P and N, right? This is the anode of SCR, this is the cathode of SCR, and here it is the gate of SCR, right? So in the previous method the drawback was, yes, the required breakover voltage, means required forward voltage we need to apply across anode and cathode of the SCR, right? That voltage value, yes, it was a very high, okay? In order to overcome that drawback, right, suppose if we are interested in turning on of a SCR at a reduced voltage level, at a reduced forward voltage, then we need to go for the gate triggering, okay? And gate triggering is the most popular method. Gate triggering is a most popular method among all the available 5 triggering methods, okay? Suppose this is the RS, this voltage is VG and this current is IG, okay? So now, yes, we are having the three junctions. Junctions are J1, J2 and J3. Okay, so here we have maintained the forward voltage. Okay, actually we are not having problem with junction J1, J3 because these two junctions are already in the forward bias mode, right? But we are having the problem with junction J2 because the junction J2 is in the reverse bias mode, and due to the reverse biasing, yes, the width of the depletion layer across junction J2 is increasing. Okay, so here at the n minus side we are having the layer of positive charges across junction J2, right? And at p side we are having a layer of negative charges. So here it is a layer of negative charges we are having. Okay, so now in order to make this junction J2 in the forward bias mode, in order to make or in order to put the junction J2 in the forward bias mode, yes, what we have done, we have connected the external source ES. Okay, please be careful, the value of ES will be very small compared to that of the VS. ES is very small compared to that of the VS. ES is generally in the range of 8 volt to the 20 volt or the 15 volt. Okay, but VS is a high voltage. VS is in the range of around 200 volt. Okay, so this voltage is very high, this voltage is very low. Okay, now what we are doing, yes, we are, yes, when this ES is connected here in the gate cathode circuit, the positive charges, yes, positive charges from positive plate of the ES, yes, these positive charges will try to enter into the inner p type layer, right? Positive charges will try to enter into the inner p type layer. Okay, so when the positive charges are entering into the inner p type layer, there will be the recombination of whatever the negative charges which are present at p side, inner p side of the depletion layer across junction J2, right? And these externally coming positive charges. Okay, so externally coming positive charge will be recombining with the negative charges which are present across the junction J2. Okay, so after the recombination means it gets neutralized, right? So after recombination it gets neutralized. Okay, so once these negative charges are getting neutralized, whether it will affect or it will help to reduce the width of the depletion layer across junction J2. Yes, it is reducing the width of the depletion layer across junction J2. So ultimately what it is doing, it is helping for the SCR to turn on. It is helping for the SCR to trigger. Are you getting the point? Okay, so more the gate current, faster will be the injection of positive charges into the inner p type layer. Okay, means higher the gate current, faster will be the addition of or the injection of positive charges into the inner p type layer. Okay, so more the positive charges entering into the inner p type layer, faster will be the reduction of width of the depletion layer across junction J2. Okay, so here point to be noted, very important point. Okay, if we want to turn on the SCR, if we want to turn on the SCR to a reduced voltage level, okay, then we need to circulate a high gate current. We need to circulate the high gate current in the gate cathode circuitry. Are you getting the point? Is this clear to all? Okay, so this is about the gate triggering. Okay, and one more important point, right? One more important point. Suppose with the help of gate triggering, suppose if we successfully neutralize all the negative charges which are present across the junction J2, then what will happen? Then here it is like we are having the positive charges and here also we are having the p type layer. Okay, means indirectly it is acting as a short circuit. This is short circuit as these are already in the forward bias mode, so definitely this junction is also in the short circuit, so this is also in the short circuit. Okay, means once all the three junctions are acting as a short circuit, and after that if we remove the gate signal, okay, means if we keep the gate current to be 0, okay, then what will happen? Yes, if we reduce the gate current to the 0 value, okay, then also our SCR will continue into the on state. Very important, right? How? Because here we are having all the three junctions. These junctions are acting as a short circuit. Okay, so as the junctions are acting as a short circuit means there is a no presence of depletion layer across any of the junction. Okay, so once the junctions are acting as a short circuit means our SCR is in the on state. After that we can remove the gate current, right? Why we circulated the gate current? Because we were interested in reducing the width of the depletion layer. Okay, once the width of the depletion layer across junction J2 becomes 0, after that, yes, gate current is no more required. Okay, and even if the gate current becomes 0, then whether our SCR will turn off? No, SCR will continue into the on state. Okay, so this is the reason, that's why SCR is known as semi controlled switch, right? Recall the semi controlled switch. Semi controlled switch means the switch in which either the turn on or turn off can be controlled by external signal. So here we are controlling the turn on, by using the gate signal. But if we remove the gate signal, yes, whether our SR is getting turn off? No, SR is continuing to the on state. Means once SR turns on with the help of gate signal, and if after that the gate control or the gate signal loses its control over the SCR. Are you getting the point? So very, very important point. Okay, so generally you might have seen in the gate triggering, generally we use only gate pulse. A small value of the gate pulse is required. A small value of gate pulse is required, means only for this much of time interval, we need to circulate the gate current. Okay, and on which value this depends? Yes, as we have already discussed. Yes, if when we remove the gate signal, at that time the circuit current or the current flowing through the SCR, it should be equal to or greater than latching current, right? It should be greater than or equal to latching current. Till that instant we need to maintain the gate current. Are you getting the point? Okay, so very important point. Okay, gate triggering. And yes, here as we are circulating the gate current only for this much interval. Okay, so the power loss that will be taking place into the gate cathode circuitry, that power loss is also only for very small interval. Are you getting the point? Okay, so overall it will not affect on the efficiency of the circuitry, efficiency of the system very much. Is this clear? Because power loss is taking place only for this much of time. Are you getting the point? Okay, so this is about the gate triggering of the SCR. Important point regarding the gate triggering, right? Once SCR turns on with the help of gate pulse or by circulating the gate current, after that if we remove the gate signal, then also our SCR will continue into the on state. Okay, we need to circulate the gate current only for very small time, of interval. Is this clear? Okay, so that's why it is a most economical method of turning on of a SCR. That's why it is the most popular method of turning on of a SCR. Okay, in the next video we will discuss about dU by dt triggering of the SCR. Thank you.